Hi everybody, welcome to this design stream today. Today we will be working on creatures for the starting adventure that I've got planned. A little adventure that will allow players to explore 5 islands, 5 lost islands, to find a legendary treasure. Some of you might have seen the poll I made on Twitter to see what content I should focus next. Last time I checked, it was neck on neck, either a Game Master a guide or the starting adventure. So I kind of started working on both. The start of the Game Master guide is actually already online. I mean, it's not much. It's the first part is about that in Ishanekon World Shapers, session 0 is especially important, since, like not in other systems that are limited to one setting, usually already has built-in limits so that it's not that important. Like for example in Dungeons & Dragons, if you're just playing a general fantasy adventure, you can be sure that at least as long as they're using official material, that they're not just appearing with like a cyborg with sci-fi technology and such, right? But that's something that, you know, with Ishanekon World Shapers, with all their choices, has no such limitations. So Session 0 is especially important to ensure that the players keep the do not break the limits for the setting that you're setting. And I do hope that the noises in the background aren't as bad. Hopefully the mic is good enough to filter them out. They're renovating an apartment right next to me, so occasionally there's a lot of noise. It has been a bit annoying, but thankfully it's usually rather sporadic. Just maybe every 2-3 hours, they are making noise for 5 minutes. It's tolerable. But let's hope that it doesn't get too loud in the stream, and more importantly, that you don't really hear it. But yeah, the other part about the Game Master guide that I wrote was about cinematic actions. Since it's a Game Master, it's your job to decide what a cinematic action actually does. This is a guide on, for example, how much damage or healing it should do depending on the level of the player, or how high you should set the skill difficulty, and how it works a bit differently than when you make a normal skill check. So especially the cinematic actions thing should be useful for those who play, who make our Game Master for the first time in Ishanekon World Shapers. Unless your players don't really use cinematic actions. In my experience, you kind of have to... players need some time to realize that they can use cinematic actions really effectively. But back to the actual goal of the stream. Designing creatures for the starting adventure. There's already one existing, the living oil. It's an elemental. I'm not going to say where you can find it. Generally, I'm not going to tell anything about where you can find these creatures in the adventure, since that would be a spoiler, and some of the people that might be watching... Hi, Kyle! But back to the action. Sorry, I don't quite get the context for that. But hey, great that you're here. Great to have you. So, yes. Living oil. But I thought the first creature we could work on is a giant toad. I'm not going to tell you why there is a giant toad in the adventure or where it is. But yeah, it will be a big enemy. And of course, its main ability will be Swallow. You know, like nice little ability that allows you to just swallow another target. and slowly digest it. Or quickly digest it. I mean, 3d6 damage is not... I mean, that's an average of... Let me quickly calculate. That's 7... 10.5 damage. I guess a level 1 character can survive that for one round before they become unconscious. But yeah, let's create our list of which abilities and talents we want to add. Abilities. As it will be a normal creature of the fighter type, so we need 1 ability per tier. And other than that, 1 creature talent per tier. Of course, we start out with Swallow. That's obvious. Then, but what will be the next ability? I plan to make him into a melee fighter, of course, using his bulk, maybe ramming people. Ooh, which reminds me, how was the ability called? Think something body. It was a maneuver. Body slam, there we go. Where you slam into a creature and can potentially stun them. Oh, Kyle, sorry I didn't see your chat there. It's a thing, I don't know where from, but when you said that back to the stream, my brain was like, say this. Okay. Sorry that I didn't get that inside joke. Or reference, I guess. And I do hope that the drilling isn't too loud. I mean, now that you hear Kyle, do you even hear it? I definitely hear it. But yes, Body Slam will be the next ability. You know, the image of just a giant toad, BAM! Running into you. I do hope they don't drill for too long. I mean, even if you do not hear it, it is quite annoying. Speaking of annoying, like 2 hours ago, suddenly the water was gone in my apartment. I hear it, but I hear you more. Okay, at least you can hear me. I hope it's not too bad. But yeah, the water was gone and I was... Like, what? But thankfully it came back like after 1 hour. Otherwise I had like only a little tiny bit amount of water left to drink. I mean, worst case scenario, I have 2.5 cartridges of almond milk, right? I would have not died of thirst. But still, you know, you only realize what a miracle it is and how dependent you are on the water coming out of the faucet until it stops coming out, right? But yeah, Body Slam, good second ability. Or wait, oh no, pull chain would make far more. Oh wait, it's not a maneuver. That's why it's pull chain. Yes. Huh. Pull chain is not a maneuver. I think I should change that. Since this is an ability that's supposed to be used more by physical fighters, and if it's not a maneuver, it will cost 1 willpower more if you have a shield. And I want tanks to be able to wield it. Let me correct that real quick. Excels for website. Abilities. Of course. Hey, it's sorted alphabetically again. It's not that hard. So, pull chain. Okay, that's multi-pull chain, but I want to adapt that too. You are a maneuver. True. And the other one, pull chain. True. Alright. But that still should not stop us from adding pull chain. You know, the image of the giant toad with the sun just black and pulling you towards itself. Of course, Swallow has to be the first one. But then we can use pull chain as the second one. Body slam is the third, maybe. And now is the question, what kind of ability do we do next? I mean, what are our toads known for? You know, the tongue, they're a bit bulky. Maybe something defensive. Let's limit it to bulwark or nature. And defensive. Maybe a resist. Disarm cover, shield up, taunt, taunting attack, so enduring presence, parry. I just got the image of the toad with the tongue just parrying a sword. Tongue of steel. But no. Quick cover. Yeah. I'm thinking about giving the toad resist. You know, being a bulky creature. I'm going to give you resist. Maybe on a higher level. Anything else that would make sense? Better rage. I mean, if it's a battle toad. It's a very bad pun. Yeah. Think of your back, Jan. Have it nice and straight. Anything else? I mean, we still need 2 more abilities. Something random time blocked, so it's spirit barrier. Wall defensive. I mean, maybe we could make charge, since it does allow you to double your jumping range. And toads are known to jump. I'm going to write it down. I mean, it also gives you extra movement, and toads are not really known to be quick. But maybe like a quick... But it does make sense, right? It's like a big burst of movement, like a jump. Yeah, so it makes sense. Yeah, I'm going to leave charge. But put it a bit lower. Maybe even like before pull chain. And maybe, yes, once it reaches level 15, it's going to be an epic toad. So let's just give it multi pull chain. You know, the image of the toad just spinning its tongue, sticking it on everything near and just pulling it in. Yeah. I mean, it will be level 15 until then, right? So, makes perfect sense. Now for the creature talents. I definitely want to give him jumper. Yeah, jumper tripled your jumping distance. You can jump as high as you can jump far. And you're immune to a falling damage if you fall less than your jumping distance. You know, to prevent the nice mechanic that some games have that, oh wow, I can jump totally high, but when I land on the ground I get falling damage, even though it's my natural jumping distance. But yeah, definitely jumper. But what else? I'm thinking... maybe Dirty Fighter, since it kind of grabs you if it pulls you towards itself. Yes, let's go with Dirty Fighter. Then level 2, of course, Tier 2, Path of Attack. But now Path of Attack grants an extra lesser talent. And I'm thinking about... there was a skill that increases the range of your actions, like tripping the enemy, grabbing them. You know, the idea of the toad using its tongue to trip people or grabbing them from afar. How was it called? I think Dirty Range, maybe? Dirty Opportunity. Teeth Tricks. It's good fun. No. What was the name? Maybe just Trip. As a trip action. Maybe then I can find it. Unfair Range. That was the name. Here we go. Oh, I got an idea for the next level. Greater Talent. The greater talent that increases the range of your melee attacks. so that he can just really far hit people with his tongue. But again, what was the name? I think Stretchy Arms? Oh wait, Stretch. Oh. No. Let's look for range and melee weapon user. Extendable Arms, that was the name. Of course, it will not have actual extendable arms. We will reflavor it to the toad using its tongue to whip people. But we still need 3 more. What would make sense? Maybe there's a sub-archetype. Let's filter by melee user, defensive, and control. What do we got? Over Armor Master Blocker, Enforcer, Guardian. Maybe we could make Enforcer. You know, him attacking you, pulling you towards itself a bit. Yeah, that would make sense. Let's go with Enforcer. Enforcer 1, Enforcer 2. Wait, no. Should I go with Enforcer 3? Setting it away. Yeah, let's just go with Enforcer 1, 2, 3. Excellent. With that, we got all the abilities and the features that we need for the toad. So let's start building the base. First off, of course, traits. Oh yeah, show developer tools. Nice little thing that I built in so that we don't have to use a separate creature cheat to create the creatures for the search engine. Wait a second, I just want to... Oh. Yeah. Just said oh because apparently it shows that only one person watching, and that since I'm already watching the stream, that means I'm all by myself. But last time there was also a kind of like a glitch. Gold was still in there, but it only showed one watcher. But whatever. Let's not let that hamper our work. And we shall create the creature. Of course, traits. No arms. And as a hidden trait, extra greater talent. Greater talent. Wait, they cancel each other out. And the one we want is natural armory. Okay, that's definitely not written correctly. Let's show natural armory. There we go. That gives him natural, you know, he doesn't need a weapon or armor. It's all built in, like with most animals. As an armor, I think we'll go with medium. He is bulky, not so fast, but I think heavy armor would be overkill. A toad doesn't seem like a heavy armor type of character. And as a weapon, we will give him a heavy blunt weapon. Sorry, it's called large blunt weapon. I'm an idiot. A large blunt weapon, there we go. That weapon being its tongue. Does it need more features? That's a question. We're definitely going to make him big. It's a big toad. Plus, he cannot use the swallow ability on players if it has the same size as the players. It has to be bigger. Now then, fighter definitely rank normal. Creature type animal. Primary stat strength. Oh no, let's primary stat constitution. I think that fits better. Secondary stat strength. Aviation stat strength. But do we need more traits? Let's take a look at creatures, like existing animals, before I forget any obvious trait that I usually give animals. Let's see. No arms. Oh yeah, right, grab your body part. Otherwise it cannot grab anything. We're gonna need that. Yeah, the monolingual, right. It only can talk toad. But I think those are the things. Scale reduction, monolingual stat boost. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, they're amphibians. They can... I'm here just vibing, you know. Great that you're still there. Right, toads are excellent swimmers and can breathe underwater. So we need to give him the ability to breathe underwater. There's a lesser talent called Made for the Water. Made for... Oh wait, made for water, made for the water. That gives him... he is extra quick in water and he is able to breathe underwater. Let's add the trait for the lesser talent. Also monolingual. And grabby body part. So let's see, that means we have 2 positive trait points. So we need something negative to cancel that out. I'm probably, just going to give him a stat reduction. Or skill reduction? Yeah, no, let's go with skill point reduction. It's a dumb toad. It doesn't have that many skills. Skill... skill reduction. There we go. So, side calculator. Let's add that skill point modifier. -3. Might as well give him Toad as a language. Weapons. He's a fighter creature, so he gets 3. Simple. I always forget how to write medieval. Let me just look it up. This is the times when you notice that that English is not my native language. I mean, of course, I do have an accent, right? You can hear it. Medieval. Now the question is, what's the next one? I think I will go with military. I know it sounds silly that the toad has proficiency with military weapons, but we have to give it 3. And it's not like it can use it anyway. No arms, remember? So the proficiency only helps it with natural weapons. And he does not have a natural bazooka built in. And armor is light, medium, heavy. Oh yeah, right, I forgot. Weaknesses. I mean, it's a toad, so it's definitely vulnerable to cold. Also, it's vulnerable to heat. Maybe give him 1 resistance. What would make sense? Maybe, yeah, I'm going to give him a resistance to chemical damage. Because, you know, a toad is slimy. So it kind of works as a buffer to any negative. But I mean, they also have like a spongy hide. So actually they would probably absorb chemicals rather quickly. I don't want to give them a resistance. What do you think, Kyle? Does chemical resistance make sense with a giant toad? Or would you say no, amphibians are actually rather weak against all sorts of chemicals or poisons, so it doesn't make any sense? I just had the idea to give him reality resistance. The toad beyond dimensions. No, that doesn't make sense. If we give him... With that, we would actually not need skill reduction. So let's remove that. And let's leave it like this for now. All right. So it got strength and constitution at max, of course. Instinct will be decent. Intelligence will be low. Charisma also. Probably pump up will and instinct. We still got 6 points left. I'm going to give him like a decent dexterity, right? It can jump very far. And its tongue actually is probably relatively dexterous. Maybe make these all into 12. No, you know what? I'm going to give him a bit of charisma. I mean, because toads are kind of cute, you know? There we go, 9. Any other system, I would say resistance to most, but a weakness to certain ones. That's not exactly my design philosophy for creatures. For Ishanekon World Shapers. For Ishanekon World Shapers, I want them to have resistance and vulnerabilities, but I don't want to make almost any sort of strategy unviable unless you know its exact weakness. I also have a different tendency with different damage types. Elemental damage types, like chemical, cold, heat, shock, and poison, are very commonly resisted or have vulnerabilities or immunities to it. So it's unreliable. Elemental damage types are less reliable than others, but can often be used to exploit weaknesses. The next is holy, psychic, like the mystic damage types, holy, curse, and spirit, as well as psychic, which is not a mystic damage type. Are kind of the same category where vulnerabilities and resistance are rarer, but not unheard of. So you do occasionally find creatures with those. And then there's reality and physical, which are supposed to be super rare. Vulnerability is super rare, and resistance is super rare, and immunity is especially rare. I'm going to leave chemical. Right, since I can now go for all the skill points. And now the question, what do we go for? Athletics, good, because it can jump good, you know? And athletics is the jumping set. I mean, okay, you can also use nimbleness to jump. But it makes more sense as a bulky toad to use athletics and not nimbleness for that. What else? Let's give it a bit of survival. It is an animal after all, right? I'm going to give him 1 in stealth. Not because, you know, the toad green with the green background. It's still not great, especially with his low dexterity, but it's something. And raw force, I mean, it is a big toad. Maybe how much points? Yeah, let's go with 2. Just give him a Dover's 2. Grace. Or toad. No. No, Grace. But what else could we give him? I think I'll give him... Yeah. Perception, yeah. Oh wait, I already used up all the skill points, then never mind. So, anything that I'm missing before we can get started? We have the baseline features. Then let's give him jumper. Jumper. And dirty fighter. Dirty fighter. I said in other systems, in this I would also be unsure law. Yeah. I mean, I did read that you said in other systems, but I said why it would not specifically work for this system. And for abilities, swallow. And we shall choose chemical damage because he will be digesting you. Slowly, but surely. Might as well give him his items. Blunt weapon. Huh? Oh no. Something went wrong. Okay, first of all, we have to make sure that that bug does not happen with the character sheet, the normal one. Oh boy. No! Okay, sorry. I have to stop everything and do an emergency fix. And there was a character sheet. Okay, let's investigate what exactly is happening here. I hope I can fix it quickly. Sorry about this, guys. So, undefined button cell. I think it's just button cell. What do you mean no result? Maybe I read. Oh no, emergency. Oh no, indeed. Great. The universal character merge apparently did include a major bug. Of course it did. I should have tested it more thoroughly. Okay, back to buttons cell. Okay. Buttons. Okay, which one is it here? Apparently the button cell is given here. Let's take a look which add or remove button and add features. Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense. So, what exactly button cell? Ah, there's the mistake. Apparently when I merged it, I forgot to add the button cell here. Okay, let's compare it with the original character sheet. How did it work there? Was here. The button cell was created afterwards. No, the question is button cell. Yeah, I built in the error when I made the nifty feature to that the description of the talents is actually displayed. So I. But if maybe, then I just need to do this, right? I think that is it. Okay. Added page. Preview. Inventory. Add or remove items. Search. Or okay. That is. Oh, it now actually shows us description, but I don't think I need the description with items. Let's see if does it still work as it's intended? Yeah, it adds it, it removes it. Okay. I'm just going to make this update kind of as an emergency update, and then I guess I'll remove the description with the items later. It doesn't really hurt that much currently, but yeah, I guess it's not that fun to do this fix on stream, right? So character sheet, yeah. Save and creature sheet. Okay, that has been updated on a creature builder. Here we go. Update. Okay, thankfully that was a quick fix. Remember that one time where there was a major bug and just could not fix it on stream? That was horrible. But now we should be able to add blunt weapons. Add. Yeah, also there's still this visual bug. But at least it works now, right? And I'll try to fix the visual bug later. Alright, it still needs medium armor. And equipment, of course. Equip. Okie dokie, with that, yeah, equip the medium armor. That's all the items the toad gets. Abilities, check. Features. We got 1.5 more, but... Oh yeah, show developer tools. Forgot about it. But, oh, I forgot to add the lesser talent here. Made for water. But we got here greater talent, lesser talent, so it's... That's the aim, that's 1.5 more. Wait, didn't I had like notes? Sorry, it's been so long since I actually used this tool. You know, prioritizing other things. So I did have notes somewhere here, right? Yeah. Proficiency, that's languages in German. Traits, got that. Stats, got that. Features, got that. Ability, inventory. Alright, we got all the initial steps. So time to save level 0. Let's go to level 1. That's just a stat increase. Let's give him a bit of extra dexterity. Oh, you know what? No. Let's go with a bit of extra charisma. Cute little toad, right? And I want to give him a bit of perception. Not too much, just a tiny little bit. And that's level 1. Save build. Level 2. And our stat increase. Yeah, this time I will increase dexterity. And for the stat increase, let's go with... Force, perception, illness, meta, menace. Menace. Nah, it's too cute. Too cute looking. Let's go with improvisation, because it is a weird little toad. Who knows what goes up in their minds. They're hard to read. Save build. Next level. Now, wait, that was... Yep, yeah. Now we have to add a new ability and new features. Path of attack. Yeah, let's go with one attack. I don't see the toad just spamming attacks real quickly. So one attack. 150%. And ability... our weight, the lesser talent, unfair range. Unfair range. And ability-wise, charge. So that he can jump extra far if he wants to. Then... yeah. Back to stat calculator. Primary stat is constitution, so let's increase that first. And athletics gets an increase. And let's go with raw force. Save build. Level up. Strength gets a stat boost. Skill point. Let's go with... improvisation. Let's go with improvisation. I don't want to make put too much into endurance, because the toad doesn't seem to me like comparable with others endurance icons like the bear or golems and stuff, or earth elementals. That's it. Save build. Level up. I shall increase will. And stat wise, I'll go with perception. And that's it. Save build. Level up. New tier. He gets a boost to his attack power. And we chose extendable arms. Extend. There we go. That increases it by 4 meters, was it right? So melee range plus 4. And ability wise, he gets pull chain. That should be it. Stat calculator again. And let's increase that athletics and that raw force. Save. Next level, strength. Let's give him a bit of extra constitution. Save. Level up. Next, I'll give him instinct. And I'll give him 1 extra survival. Save. Level up. Next tier. Boost to attack. 50% extra. Oh, 3 people watching. Somebody else joins. Welcome, whoever you are. Nice that you made it. I was, yes, path of attack. Then, yes, we reach a point where the enforcer, the additional enforcer features come into play. So, yeah, enforcing attacks. Huh. I noticed a small visual bug. This should not be here. But that's just a visual block. It's not... it can be fixed later. Yep, but this works. Excellent. And ability-wise, the next was Body Slam. I would not want a giant toad to just slam me with their giant, spongy, slimy body. Yes, that's it. Abilities and feature-wise. Let's increase that constitution. And set-wise, athletics and raw force. Maybe I'm making the toad a bit too strong, physically. And let's give him improvisation instead. So, save build. Level up. Extra strength. I'm gonna give it... extra survival. Oh, let's give him a tiny boost to the stealth. Just a tiny boost. Save. Level up. Next, I think I shall give him another instinct boost. And I'll give him improvisation or perception. I'll give him perception. Yeah. Gotta make sure that I don't whisper too much, that I enunciate right. Keep you entertained. Are you not entertained? Okay, it's probably not the most entertaining stuff that I'm doing. But hey, if you got any questions, any suggestions, anything you want to share with us and the world, feel free to put it in a chat. I'll try to keep a look on the chat. It usually takes, maybe I'll take like a minute to notice that you wrote something, but I'll react to it. I was, right, 11, that means save build. Level up, we reach tier 5. So, boost to the attack power. 3000. Oh boy, that's one strong tongue. What's the surprise emoticon for Kyle? The visual glitch or... what for? Yes, the next one is Enforcer again. Pinning down. Stop them from moving, right? And ability-wise, he gets something defensive, resist. Resist, there we go. Stat calculator! I'm always surprised. I don't know if that's healthy to be in a constant state of surprise. Seems like that would put quite a stress on your heart. I mean, I'm just saying. Athletics. Yeah, let's give him now a boost to raw force. Save build. Level up. More strength. Skill. Let's go with survival. And yeah, save build, level up. I shall give you extra dexterity, and this is a skill point. I shall go with. Let's give him a bit more endurance. Save build. And now, finally, the last level. 15. 350 power. The third Enforcer feature. Standing in the way. And the last ability. The I shall lick you all. I just want to add that I'm talking about the giant toad here, not of myself. Trust me, I do not wish to lick you all. Oh my. Oh boy, oh boy. Ah. I no offense, but I mean I think you kind of said, right? So we got the features, we got the abilities. So boost to constitution, athletics, and we shall go with improvisation. And we are done. Export. And now we've got all the data we need. And we shall insert it. Oh wait, did I even... Oh, I don't even have the creature data Excel open. I shall correct that immediately. So, giant toad. Here we go. Giant toad. Let's go with complexity. 2. We can now let's go with 2. I mean, we are still at this starting. Quite frankly, it's not really that complicated. Setting wise, let's see. Definitely the same as wolf, but we have to filter a few out, you know, because it's not modern, for example. Horror can work. Historical, no. I don't know of any giant toads. Some quite big amphibians, yes, but even the biggest amphibians I know of are not as big as this giant toad. Prehistoric? Yeah, let's leave it at prehistoric. Or in fantasy also, but no Wild West. Those are, by the way, the genres it can be, and I'm not sure if I mentioned it. Fantasy definitely works. Post-apocalyptic. I mean, radioactive giant toad works. Cartoon? Yeah, also works. Rank, normal. Fighter. Biological. Animal. All. Big. He's a chunky boy. Primary stat, constitution. And secondary stat, strength. And evasion stat, strength. Natural items, I mean, normal items, none. New release, true. Made by me. Raw would be melee. And defense. I mean, it gets a little bit, but no, he's more about control than really being defensive. Let me... right. That's why... How... Oh, yeah, here. Fixate the upper... Bingo, here we go. Now I can actually read this. But yeah, we're still missing one thing. The items. Inventory. For that... first of all, we already got the basics, so save the items. Yes, first one. I think with the tongue, I'll go with a focus on more damage, but occasionally a hit bonus. Medium armor, evasion cap modifier increase. And more focus on evasion, but also a bit of extra armor. Simulating the slippery skin where, you know, you can really hit him. So, I need to look up the names of the upgrades, as always. I think it's improved weapon. Improved weapon, yes. So, much more. Improved weapon. Medium armor is lighter weapon. Lighter weapon. I mean, not weapon, armor. Lighter armor. Wait a second. Does that sideways even make sense? He says Evasion set 13. He started with, I think, 11. Yeah, now that I think about it, doesn't actually make sense for him to start with an evasion cap modifier. So let's go with armor first. And then when he levels up, we shall... That's extra armor, I think. Armor... Extra armor, yeah. And equipment. Now here's the question of the hour. What kind of equipment upgrades do we give him? Let's go with simple ones, complexity 1. Abilities are critical, damage enhancements, healing enhancement, ranged support, specialized equipment. Yeah, I think I'll go with vitality boost. Maybe add complexity 2 to see what. Accelerator, critical damage enhancement, death flow ability, effective recharge, healing, range support, speed up, temporarily. Yeah. I think I will give him a balance between vitality boost and willpower boost. But start with vitality boost. So that's vitality 6 extra, right? Let me just check. That's 6, yes. Extra armor, improved weapon. I did the armor, I did the extra damage, yes, okay. Oh no, not safe build, safe items. I mean, it doesn't matter anyway, but... Alright, next here. Extra damage, so improved weapon times 2. Now the evasion cap modifier makes sense. Lighter armor. Wait, lighter. That's how it's written, right? Lighter armor. Yes. That it is indeed. Oh, wait, got... Yeah, sorry. Put the chat away. I mean, I guess I didn't miss anybody chatting. But still, it would be kind of bad if I missed your wonderful contributions to this stream. I mean, without anybody in the chat, let's be honest, that would be boring. You are the ones who make it fun. I don't think just for me, but for everybody, because when you write in the chat, it gives me something to react to. Sometimes makes me laugh. Yeah. Okay, let's go with... we wanted a balance, right? Yeah, willpower boost. Willpower boost is 3. And... yes. So save items. Next is hit bonus. That would be precise weapon, I presume. Precise weapon. Here we go. Then innovation cap increase. And a willpower boost increase. And I mean a vitality increase. So 12. Lighter armor, improved weapon. We got it. Alright, safe. Then let's continue increasing the damage of that tongue. Give him a bit of extra armor. And yes, a willpower boost. That would be 6 then. Which means... yeah, That's it. That's it. That's it. Save the items. Damage increase. Times 4. Then lighter armor. And extra vitality. So now we are at 18. Everything seems to be correct. Save. And now the final tier. Let's make the tongue precise. I guess we can go with extra armor. And one last willpower boost. Up to 9. Save. And export the items. I was hoping to make more than just one creature on the stream. I guess I need to get used to the original creature creator again. Been a while since I used it. I used the creature changer more often, and of course that tool is significantly faster. But yeah, I think it's been an hour since we streamed. I just finished creature, so I think this is a great way to stop the stream. So thank you for everybody who joined. And anybody who is watching later, of course. And see you next week. Bye.